Lazy Susan spin around, topics lifting off the ground. Movies, music, games, and TV. Stay tuned and you will see.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Lazy Susan. It's your boy, Todd. I'm here with Derek and Adam, as always, hitting you up on your Thursday evenings. It is episode 43. You know what we do here. We be rotating around all the dope topics that we want to talk about. Pop culture typically related, but we kind of hit up on everything. How you guys been doing this week?
Great.
Good.
Good. Anything new? Got any new excursions or expeditions you've been on lately?
I'm about 33.
Oh,
And I've been cripply addicted to Expedition 33. It's been soaking up most of my time. I'm kind of, I don't know. I mean, I'm just like blown away by that game.
Everybody's loving it.
Getting those vibes of when you like, when I first played Baldur's Gate 3, and I was like, dude, no way, the game's this big. No way, there's more to this. There's no way there's more to this. And I just constantly, the more I'm playing, I finished the base story finally. And even after that, I'm like, okay, go here. And then the game's like, oh, you can't do that yet. I'm like, what else do I need to do? What other puzzles do I need to solve? And like, there's so many other more map and areas that I need to cover and just go, and bosses I need to defeat. And yeah, it's that was an insane
Did
experience.
he suck you in, Todd? Do you want to play it now?
I mean, it's not that I don't want to play it. Like, I'm sure I would enjoy it, but like, I've seen so much of it now through the 5 other people that are playing it in the Discord. So it's like,
It was such a bummer. I was like thinking about that too. It's like, I probably should have never said anything about it, although you probably would have saw it anyway through everyone playing it.
yeah.
But man, yeah, you really do got to play it. I don't know. The way the builds work for that game and the way the leveling and everything works is insane.
Yeah, I should honestly play it because it does look like it'd be right up my alley, and I'm in a spot to where I don't really know what to play right now. I've just been playing Marvel Rivals and, oddly enough, Vampire Survivors. Like, when I'm bored with my time and I'm just like, I don't know what to do, let me play some Vampire Survivors. So that's pretty fun. But
you know what else you could do? You could boot up the PS4 and play Last of Us since you already have it.
I could.
You won't. I get it. It's cool.
But like, give me like a good, worth it game to play. That's like not by a shit company, crap company, poop company.
Cool.
Yeah. What about you, Derek?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Same old. Everything.
What have you been enjoying in your hyperbolic time chamber this week?
Nothing. I haven't watched anything.
You've done nothing.
I've played WWE 2K and some Madden, a little bit of Call of Duty. It's like it. Haven't really been watching much. Just started Hacks. I'm only 2 episodes deep.
What is that?
It's an HBO show about this lady who's an older comedian, and she hires a writer to help her with jokes, and that's as far as I am.
Okay.
It's funny. It's like 4 seasons, I think. Yeah, but like I said, I'm only 2 episodes deep in it, so not very far.
Sounds good.
What about you, Adam?
Well, I mean, I already kind of went.
Oh yeah, it's just you're doing
the Expedition 33. That's it.
Well, I also have been playing Monster Hunter, and I touched on they had their new event drop, and I was gonna briefly talk about that.
Let's jump into it.
Okay, so Monster Hunter, not only do we didn't cover this
intro.
Oh yeah, whoops. Let's switch it. Wait, Todd, what's new with you? You actually have something that you did recently before we jump into video games and talk about it. Movie?
Oh yeah, didn't we talk about that?
Did we?
I think we talked about it.
Oh, whoops.
I mean,
Let me
that
hear you
can
talk
be
about it again.
for you guys for next week.
I
I'm
might
down
see
with
it.
that.
I might see it on Sunday. It depends on if the girls can
It's
be
getting
watched.
re-released in 70 millimeter all over again because of the high demand for it.
That's
That's
cool.
cool.
That's really good.
So I'm gonna go see it again.
My weekend's
maybe
chalked.
sometime this week.
I got
Not
some
this week.
some B
because
days to
I meet
celebrate.
Sunday, so after that.
Well, that's what's up.
Yeah, I got 2 B days to celebrate.
That is true.
Yeah. All right. But yes. Okay, my
Yeah.
bad. I thought we didn't talk about it, but
No,
all
I'm
right.
pretty sure we covered that already. Sinners is great, everyone. Go see it if you haven't seen it.
Let's say at least
Phenomenal.
name drop it, right?
Sinners is phenomenal.
All right, we're gonna be talking about some video games. All right, I guess since we were briefly talking about it, the Monster Hunter.
Yep.
I meant to touch on it when it dropped not last week, but a week or two ago. The spring event where they decorated the whole
Oh, and they have
main
this
hub.
the girl there that sings.
Yeah, and they changed the song that she sings, and she'll still sing the old song, but they kind of alternate between the new song and the
Gotcha,
old song,
gotcha.
which is
Does it
pretty
give you
sick.
different buffs?
I didn't check that. That'd actually be pretty cool. I didn't pay attention to that. I just said buff acquired, so didn't look at that. But that'd be pretty interesting. Aside from that, they dropped, which I really like, is that when they have some special events like that, they'll drop a ton of the event quests. Since the game's just building up their event quest catalog, they dropped every single event quest. So it's pretty cool. If you accidentally missed out on an event quest, you could be able to jump in there and go after whatever one you missed as of right now until this spring event is over. And they had pretty cool armor sets. They have 2 different armor sets that are available. You have the butterfly suit and dress, and then you also have the Sakura, samurai, I don't even know how to explain it. It looks really dope though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it looks really nice. The guy's outfit has a jacket hanging off his shoulders. He looks like a boss, and he's got a mask on a rope that's tied behind it, and the mask is an old man face. And people are like, "I hate this," but I'm like, "Dude, I love this. This looks great." So yeah,
it looks like.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. But the event quests were nice. They're not too bad. And then they just dropped the Raidao, the Arc Tempered Raidao, and I got to try that out. And man, I was getting so mad because I jumped in a regular lobby because I've just been getting used to doing that because I like going to the Grand Hub and seeing everybody there. So I was like, I'll just solo this Raidao. I go in, I'm beating the crap out of this thing, although it's taken so many hits and it is dealing some heavy blows when it changed up some a lot of its moves. It's a lot faster and has more lingering lightning effects and whatnot. And I'm like, damn, I'm killing it. I'm in here and I'm whooping ass. And then I saw 2 people join me and I was like, oh, okay. I forgot that I'm playing in this server. So, okay, they're playing. Right when they get in there, boom, railed the one dual blade user, dead. And the other guy came after him, boom, dead. It was a longsword user. I was like, oh my God, they're going to throw this for me. I had such a great start.
Lost 2 paints from that.
It was so fast. It was boom, boom. And I was like, well, I'm cooked. But I was like, I'm just going to keep on going. We'll see what happens. And man, I had some of the. I wish they could show more stats in Monster Hunter because they need to know how clutch I was for them. Because there's so many times they were about to die, but I'm throwing the healing dust, and then towards the end, dude was about to get wrecked again. I flash bombed it out of the air, stunned it. Man, I was going hard, and we ended up killing it. You need to kill it because you need a ticket. Well, I guess unless you get lucky and you get 5 of them that drop for the Raidao. Whatchamacallit, that you need about 5 tickets to get the full armor set on top of other Raidao armor pieces. Okay. The armor set seems pretty chill right now. It's the visuals I was a little bummed out. It's just more of that blue build up, which it makes sense. Yeah, as far as the fashion goes, it's basically the same thing. Just granted, the reason why they did it was just because it has that how the Raidao built up those lightning crystals on it. It's more it has those lightning crystals aesthetic of that blue on there. Yeah. And I'm like, that's cool. But I was really hoping we'd get that next look. It looks like when we hit master rank will be the next time we'll see that actual armor change. Because from Monster Hunter World And I'm sure all the other Monster Hunter games, like your G rank and Master rank, when you go after those monsters again at those ranks, have the alternate versions of all those armor sets that look different, and some
You
of
need
them
to
look
get to a
insanely
certain
cool.
level to get to master rank.
No, well, so you're already at max level, or max. You've reached that threshold of beating the story, basically, because that was all you would need to do to get into master rank. And
I
any
thought that
of
was
the other
high
games.
rank.
We're in high rank.
Right. So how do you get to master rank from high rank? Or it's the same thing.
It's the same thing. But basically, if you were to jump from, so say you started Monster Hunter fresh and you're not doing, or you just finished all the high rank missions and you're just getting the baseline armor, you're going to have a hard time just jumping into, or usually you would just have a hard time because the monsters in master rank are chunkier and do a lot more damage. So it's definitely that next echelon of pain and suffering. But that's the other thing. A lot of people were saying this one was still too easy. So now I just worry that they're going to keep on barking like too easy. And then they're going to absolutely annihilate us when that drops. Because master rank or G rank, whatever they decide to call it, will be usually part of whatever the big expansion that they were working on. But as of right now,
do they bring in more monsters with that?
Oh yeah, it's literally, at least for how, from the two expansions that I know of, it's literally like another. It's like the size of the same. It's the exact size of the game, basically. You're doing a whole quest line and you're going through all these monsters. You're basically
new areas too.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely new areas. And then for at least for Monster Hunter World, I did this whole quest line, and the Velkhana was the big monster that they showcased that was the main baddie, and you're like, oh, okay, we're going after Velkhana, and then you finally build up to fight Velkhana. Velkhana's a pain in the ass. You finally defeat it. You're like, yeah, and it's like, actually, Velkhana wasn't the issue. And then you have to climb another like echelon of other higher level creatures and monsters, and then you finally get to fight the final boss of the DLC, which was sick, dude.
Nice.
Was it Shara Ishvalda? Yeah.
How much was that DLC? You said it's like the
that
size
one.
Of the
it
game.
Dropped at $40 when from Monster Hunter. I believe it was 40.
So you think it'll be like the same thing for this one?
I'm guessing so, but it might be.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong because, like you said, if it's going to be the size of the game and you got all these new maps and monsters, it's not going to be cheap.
Right. Yeah, it was 40. I was right. Yep. And yeah, it's literally the same size of the game, and they had a ton of more content. I remember I was doing this. I was like, holy hell, the size of this was insane. Oops. My bad. I was still in the Discord. All right. Anyway, but yeah, I'm looking forward very much so to whenever they do. It'll probably be like a year or so before we hear about the expansion, because right now they're settling on getting all the drip feeding content out, basically.
Okay.
They're focusing on those, the events they got lined up. They have that, what are they calling it? The update 2.0 or whatever. After the whole spring festival's over, they'll be dropping another monster. That's all we know as far as right now. I'm sure when we get towards the end of this spring festival.
Oh, so they're giving us free monsters before we even get there?
Yeah.
Oh, we're
getting another one. It's been like a huge
new monster, not like a tempered version of one that we have.
No. It's a returning monster that's not in this game.
Regardless, a new monster to this game.
Sorry,
that's what I mean.
Yeah, correct. Kind of like the Mitsutsune. That was a new. Yeah, yep.
And this monster?
I do not. This was from one of the games I didn't play. But a lot of fans wanted it. A lot of fans wanted it because it was an underwater monster, and it was actually, you had to fight it underwater. They're not going to be doing it for this one. There are some fans who are like, it's going to be some underwater battle. I'm like, that's not what they're doing.
Is it the same monster, just fighting it on land then?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's like a water dragon, so.
Cool.
That'd be sick.
Yep,
fuck fighting it underwater.
Yeah, no, I was like, dude, that does not sound fun. But there's
the game hard.
Some OG Monster Hunter fans that just want people to go through all the suffering that they had to go through. So that's probably why.
It's terrible.
Sounds good.
But aside from that, I still look forward to finishing out just to get that armor set, just to have it, and then look forward to any of more news that they got dropping.
Not bad for a dead game.
I'll keep you posted on it though, just in case you guys are interested in any of the other stuff that will be going on, because I'll be.
I mean, it sounds cool. Yeah.
But aside from that, did you want to jump into
Yup.
which one? You said yup.
We already talked about Expedition 33. Might as well finish
Yeah,
it.
I was gonna say
Okay.
Expedition 33. We already.
Start
Unless you
touching
have
on.
anything else you need to.
I just
say
wanted to
about
add
it.
some things about it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because definitely, I'm gonna be overglazing the hell out of this game just because it was something wasn't expecting it to be this good. I was expecting it to just be all right. Totally blown away by not just the sheer size of the game, the music, the artwork, the story, the characters, everything just came together so well. Like this was like a huge passion project on every front, like every single front. And like I have a bias towards Monster Hunter. I was gonna be like, that's my game of the year, easy. I can't say that anymore after playing Expedition 33. I would honestly give it to them, but it could be recency bias, but I'm a stupid hooked right now. And all I can think of are like pros of this game. There are very minor like cons for the game, like not having a mini map while you're exploring and not having like map markers while you're like going through places, because there's so many times I'll go somewhere and forget that I went there or I had a hard time with the boss there. Should be able to mark it down like, yeah, got my ass kicked here. I'd love to come back later. Instead of going, I don't know if I've been here before. And I go in there and I'm like, oh, yeah, I have. Or nope, I haven't been here. So some stuff, minor stuff like that. But other than that, this game that's why I'm like, I still think Todd should play it, because the sheer size of it and everything that just happened. Because I went into this game thinking that I was like, I'm going to outsmart it. I'm going to always try to devise what's going to happen in the story and give my theories. And I was kind of picking one of my buddy's brains who was at the same, like around the same distance in the story, whatever, same area in the story. And we were just going back and forth, pinballing our ideas, and totally the way the story completely went in a different direction than I thought it would go at all. And I was blown away. I was just sitting there. It came to like towards the end of the game, there's like a decision to be made. And I legit just sat down at my screen just for like a good like 10, 15 minutes. Like, I don't know what to do because I'm conflicted. And it's just one of those, both things carried a lot of weight, and it was just really cool to see how this game portrayed everything about it.
That decision affects the story.
Yeah, it's like your ending. Yeah, crazy. I was like, dude, this is insane. And then there was like a couple more things I want to briefly touch upon, because like this game has also made me like, I don't know if I should make like a review or talk about it like on our channel, or if I should do that for my YouTube channel. I'll figure that out later when I want to, but I really would like to talk about this game and get a little more in depth, because there's like some things I'd like to bring up. But aside from that, one, I hope this company does not copyright what they did with the game. Like their approach on the turn-based genre, what they added to it was absolutely incredible. And I think a lot more people should acknowledge. I think that should be acknowledged, that that's such a crazy cool thing to do while you're playing a turn-based game, to be able to real-time parry or real-time dodge, and then the interruptions and the way you can build your characters off of that. And I was thinking, I was like, dude, this is literally what I always wanted as a child with Pokemon. We would watch Pokemon. You'd see Pokemon being played, them actually doing Pokemon battles. And then Pikachu's about to get hit. Ash is like, dodge that, Pikachu. And yeah, in the game, your Pokemon has a chance to do dodges or blocks or whatever, but there's no like actual like strategy to real time mechanics with it. And I was like, dude, you know how crazy cool it would be to see like a modern Pokemon Stadium game, and see like go to like a live tournament where there's two people doing that, and there's like parry, block, or dodge. Right. Like the amount of real time aspects that could be added to something like that, I think are pretty cool. Like I think would be insane. I know a lot of people would look a lot into that, but at the same time, I feel if they could pull that off properly, this type of mechanic should definitely be praised. I feel like the turn-based genre hasn't had anything to really challenge itself or like try anything new. And this was like not to say that or at least their approach to turn-based is just consistent. All right, turn-based, then we'll mix up everything around it, because that's safer to do, or that's just what we want to do. They were like, we're going right into the messing with the turn-based aspect. And I thought that was a risky move, and I think it paid off phenomenal for them, because the combat's got me hooked. And it's got a lot of other people hooked from what it sounds like. And this is the type of pull I think we needed in the turn-based genre, like to have some company take that type of risk. And it's just really cool to see that. And I really hope a lot more games that do turn-based kind of incorporate some of those aspects, as long as they don't copyright that. It would suck to hear if they copyrighted it. So
yeah.
think of that, and then I think this it's like almost the year of stepping on toes, because I feel like this game has the potential with the way it's painted to be like a challenger towards Final Fantasy. I feel like they're taking the void of Final Fantasy was left by them ditching the turn-based aspect, and they're like, well, we'll jump into the turn-based aspect and embrace it. And the reason I say that is because the way the game is labeled, it's Claire Obscure Expedition 33. I was like, what if that's the main text of their games going forward? Claire Obscured, another subtext, Claire Obscured, and it can just be all these different stories, because that's how Final Fantasy is. It's a different story, different world every single time.
Right.
It has just aspects of each other, like the gods and whatnot, and the summons are like semi the same but different. Same but different for each Final Fantasy game. I could see if they go this route with Claire Obscured, it'd be Claire Obscured, a bunch of the other aspects being same but different. So I would love to see that. I hope that's the way they go, but we'll see. Anyway, I really want to look forward to Sandfall Interactive's next projects. So that's my done glazing the game, guys. My bad. I just definitely having a phenomenal time with it, and I really still hope Todd picks it up, just because I just want to see pick his brain about like his builds that he would go with and whatnot, because they get the option for builds are just insane. The way they did the leveling, fantastic.
Oh yeah, that's what's up. The contrast between Adam liking something and not liking something is crazy.
It's wild. It's like full. It's full go either way. There's never like an in between.
That's what I was thinking. Yes.
I like it.
Yes.
There's some stuff
it, and it's all
I'm sure there is,
but
my
fucking veins. Or
this one
the worst
deserves
thing
it
in the world.
It honestly does. This one deserves it. Absolutely.
I love it. You're a passionate man.
I feel like if you played it fully, you'd be like, dude, actually, it deserves it all.
I'm not hating on it. I'm sure it's a great game. I like the turn-based genre and whatnot. Like, that's all cool and whatnot. I just making an observation about you, brother.
All right, for sure.
What do we know about this whack-ass Borderlands 4? Yeah, I said it.
I'm not mad at that.
I have no excitement about Borderlands.
Did you guys watch any of it?
Nope.
Oh,
not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's I watched it and I was just like, dude, I don't.
You watched what? Like a trailer came out for it?
Yeah, Sony did.
How removed I am from.
Yeah, Sony did a big I think it was like X amount of games. They did like a little cover on, or had like their their showcase, whatever.
Yeah.
And man, I don't know what it is about it. I just feel like it's uninspired, and I feel like they're taking some lazy routes as far as their approach to the game, because they're like, oh, it'll be more open world. Like, you still have the same you still have 4 Vault Hunters you're going off of.
Okay.
They just look normal, whatever. I didn't see any of them that really stuck out to me. The Siren, maybe, but that's, Sirens going forward.
Yeah,
exactly. I can't tell you. I don't know what the other ones were. They did not memorable at all. But they were like, oh, we're going at this open world approach. You'll have these vehicles that are levitating off the ground, and like the way they're flying reminds me of like a Ghost from Halo or a Sparrow from Destiny. And the way they were talking, everything they talked about made me think of Destiny with how they were talking about it. Sure. Open area zones with real-time events coming down. Literally, Destiny. Destiny does all of that. And I'm like, this is weird. And in Borderlands 3, there was a mission that outright mocked Destiny. You'd go, it was like something with an engram, and there was a ghost you followed, because the ghost was in Destiny was a little robot that helps you and guides you. And the only reason I'm bringing this up, because they were like, oh, and you have a new robot companion, and they bring up a little robot that materializes like a ghost from Destiny. I'm like, this feels too like we didn't know what to do, but Destiny had a lot of good ideas, so we're just taking it from Destiny after we mocked them.
That's weird.
Yeah, and I was like, I feel like they're trying to play both parts. They're still trying to be Borderlands as far as like not letting you make a character, which I still think they went the route they should have went, but that's, people are gonna feel their way about it or this or that. But I feel like they just can't pick a lane. They're like kind of dipping their toes in here, kind of dipping their toes in there without like really going all out in one area, and it just seems so uninspired. And then they're like, check out this cool gameplay of him zooming around and whatnot. Dude runs and he slides, and this irked me. His sliding speed was like, he was like, run, run, run. It was so slow. I was like, the last time I saw unimpressive slow sliding was when Ubisoft showcased their was it the Star Wars Rebels Outlaws, yeah. And she was like running the cover and was like, I was like, this reminds me of that. This maybe you can go faster, maybe you have to have a build that your slide speed goes faster. I don't know. Everything I saw about it was like, yeah, I'm good. I don't need to play this. I just didn't feel the urge to go all out and check out the next one, but I just feel like they're maybe losing the plot of their own games. I don't know.
I wasn't that excited with the third one. The third one was just okay to me.
We played the crap out of it. The only great thing was that we got to play it together. And yeah, I don't even remember the stories about it.
It was a game that all four of us were able to play together. It was pretty cool about that, but like
the story, I don't remember.
It kept getting worse and worse, like from the first one.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
No, I agree.
That'd be a hot take, but I started caring less and less about Borderlands as they kept coming out.
Second one had Handsome Jack, which was awesome. He was a very standout character, had his like characteristics that really stuck out with it. And I feel like they kept on trying, or at least the third game tried to recreate that with their villains. I just remember the villains being brother sister, and they were kind of obnoxious. Don't remember their names, and it was just lackluster. I don't remember a lot of that stuff, and I was just like, yeah, it kind of burned out really quick. And then I feel like they're just trying to still continue on, and I feel like a lot of the fan base has kind of been like, yeah, because I don't hear too many people talking about like, oh, I'm excited for the next one, but
yeah,
I will say I did watch while you were talking about it. I just had it muted and watched the like trailer and whatnot. I am pleasantly surprised with the animation. I thought I was gonna hate that, and the like of Borderlands 4.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I thought I was gonna hate it. I thought I would want that more like drawn art style or whatever,
more realistic-ish.
But I like the blend of it. I think it looks pretty good. It makes the graphics look a little bit better, but I watched it muted. So
I'm still kind of conflicted with that. Like, it doesn't really bother me at all, but it also is kind of like a staple of Borderlands. Yeah. But it can be a little bit overdone. I'm not going to even lie, like within the Borderlands. So like, I feel like if they could find a good balance in that trailer, I didn't see anything like too crazy, but
yeah. So
it'll be interesting.
We'll see.
Is it going to be free to play?
I don't think so.
No.
Which is, I'm not going to go out of my way to buy that.
Yeah, I was going to say, if it's free to play, sure, it's a co-op game. We can try it out.
Right.
To do, but I don't see myself like wanting to put money into it like that.
Nope.
But yeah, other than that, that's pretty. I mean, I don't really have anything else as far as video games to talk about. Like that's. I mean, I still was playing. I played through Oblivion's remastered. Not all of it. Still playing through Oblivion's remastered. Played through all of the Dark Brotherhood storyline. Forgot how dirty they did one of the characters, and man, the updated graphics on it. They went all out. I was like, holy, because this is like a mutilated corpse after they're done with this one person, and like. The jaw was hanging off, and I was like, oh, and like they did a good job with it. I'm like, dude, they cooked. I feel bad for this person, but they cooked.
Right.
Yeah, I need to put more time into it. I played a little bit of it. I went through like the first Oblivion portal and whatnot. So like I'm officially farther than I've ever been in the game.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. No, I don't remember doing any of this as a kid. Because again, all I did was Cameron and I were in the city just fucking around.
Yeah,
like not doing anything.
Hard to beat that, you know.
Exactly. I'm never doing anything of relevance, just fucking around in the city with guards and all that shit.
I did beat once, and I do remember beating it, and it had a really the ending fight was actually really sick. So I'm actually looking forward to going back to that.
Okay. Yeah, and then other news as far as games go, I wanted to just bring up that everything got fucking jacked up in price for Xbox.
Oh, right.
Yeah, like
I thought they were going to be testing out some games at $80 a game.
Yeah.
Good luck.
The Xbox Series S is going from $379. Is going up to $379 from $299, so $80. The 1 terabyte is going up $70 to $430 from $350. The X Digital is going to $550 from $449, a whole $100.
That's
increase.
insane.
The Series X is another $100 increase. The controllers are all getting a $10 increase.
Okay,
No, just the base controllers. The Elite controllers are all getting a $20 increase.
Oof.
And the regular headset is a $10 increase. And then most games are going to be most first party games are going to be $80.
Which is crazy.
They probably balance that out with Game Pass, because most of those titles go on to Game Pass, so we're not affected by that, but we're definitely affected by the hardware. The hardware fucking sucks. And I was literally just thinking the other day, because I was sitting in bed downloading Vampire Survivors, because I was like, oh, it's cross compatible. I can sit in my bed and just play with the fucking analog stick on this game. And I was like, damn, maybe I should look into getting like a newer Xbox, just so I can have that ability to like play all my games here, and then whenever I want to, I can play on the couch or whatever the case is. And I was like, fuck no, I'm not doing that now. Like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
So I saw somebody go, could you imagine paying that much for a controller that you have to put batteries into on the base controller? I was like, that is kind of funny. Like, that's it's fucked. But yeah, dude, it's insane with the amount of money that Microsoft has to pull this. It's like, dude, I'm kind of curious. Like, even just all these companies, because everyone's going to jump to the $80 price, which is crazy to me. I don't think that's going to work out. I really don't. I really think a lot of people are like, well, I really don't want to waste that money on that. I'd rather hold off my money for something else.
I don't even know of a $70 game that I've bought at that
price. I was about to say, it's been a while. Well, I can't say it's been a while because Monster Hunter, right? Yeah. But like, unless you were like, that's something I knew I was going to enjoy, though.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take a chance. I don't know if I'd take a chance on like, hey, this is $70. I'm barely taking a chance. I was scared to even drop the money for Expedition 33. I was like, I might not like this. I don't know if they're going to do a good job with it. I'm happy I have Game Pass and I could try it out. But to me, it deserves the money. If I could drop money on it, I will. Or I will probably end up dropping money, but I'll probably drop it on Steam just to have it on Steam.
Yeah, I took a chance spending money
maybe
on
in the future. I'm not saying
Monster
that
Hunter.
anytime recently, but yeah.
Because I didn't know Monster Hunter.
That's true, but you had like somebody like gassing it up for you. That
true.
And you enjoyed it for as far as right now.
I'll go back into it. I know I will.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's harder to take those jumps on these games without like the endorsement.
Especially when Steam and all these indie games are releasing $40, $30 games that are fire. Like, look at Schedule 1. Look at how well Schedule 1 did. That's a $20 game. And one guy made that,
The two things about, all right, so really quick again about Expedition 33 and Schedule 1, both games popped off, were more or less indie studios. Granted, one's backed by Xbox, the other one isn't. But the first thing they did when they saw all these people coming to buy the game, they put the game on sale so more people could buy the game and enjoy it. That's huge.
They knocked it down like $5 or $10.
Right. That's huge. And these are the companies that are going to get these are the companies and games that are going to get people playing them. They're not going to get people going out of their way for a game that's $70 and not gonna, if anything, we're gonna jump the price up to 80, like.
Yeah, and unfortunately I already know 2 games for sure in the future that I'm gonna be getting full price, 70 or 80 if they're 80, and both are really shitty companies in EA and Naughty Dog.
Wait, what's the Naughty Dog one?
New Intergalactic one.
Oh, when is that? Is that like a year or two from? I was like, I don't even.
I don't know. I don't even know if it has a date, but I just know
game prices have been wild. It's just, it's like you're not going in a game unless you have a great backing about it, like, or have someone who has enjoyed the game in the past. But like, yeah, I don't know. Like this,
only game that I can understand paying that money for is going to be Grand Theft Auto. That's the only game that.
But everyone has. You have the past titles to kind of
that one too. I forgot about that.
You have the past titles to go off of, and the work and stuff that Rockstar puts into their base games, because those are always good. Rockstar, I don't like. I said, I've said this a million times. Shitty how they handle online and everything else. but they do a damn good job when it comes to the story of their games. Every time they do their story of a video game, they go absolutely hard with the world, the environments, the interactivity with all the people and things. And then all for the base game is they go hard. If any company is going to deserve it, it's going to be a company like that who puts all this time and resources into that said thing. No matter how they do their online stuff, if the base game is absolutely insane with content, which it usually is for Rockstar titles, then you're going to get that. But
that's why they're the only ones that I can justify. I'll tell you this much right now. If Madden goes up to 80 this year, I will not get it until it's on Christmas sale for half off. Like I'll wait 3 months to buy that at $40.
Yeah, you pretty much have to, or the normal person has to be able to drop money on a game that they have an endorsement from a friend or something, because you're not going to go like, could you imagine if this, the Expedition 33 wasn't on Game Pass and it was a $70 game, dude?
No, but dude, it would be
so hard. It would be so hard to get half of the players they have right now. It would be maybe a fourth of the players they have right now. But the fact that it dropped at $50 and then they put it on sale for $45 was insane. Even if off of Game Pass, that's crazy. That's awesome. And it's stuff like that. You're gonna be like, all right, well, I wasn't gonna think about buying this game at $70, but it's $45. Shit, I mean, let me try it.
Right.
Yeah. So, we're gonna find out real quick. I think a lot of these game companies are gonna be like, we're gonna get so much money, and then they're gonna deliver this bug-filled shitty game, and everyone's gonna be like, yeah, no, that's definitely not worth it. It's not even worth $20, let alone 80. Like,
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, AAA, I don't know how they're gonna pull this off, man. I really don't.
I don't know.
Yeah, Madden's gonna be crazy. Well, the sports fans are still crazy though. Like Derek,
I mean, realistically, it already went up $10 once. Like it went up to 70. So, and I'm like,
all games went up that. Like if all games do it, Madden's gonna follow suit.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm just like, I'm looking at it in depth. I'm just like, I don't see myself paying that crazy price for. Even with having Game Pass, you get EA access or whatever that is, and that gives you 10% off. So that's why I did it last year, because it gives you 10% off, and it basically made it like $62 or whatever. And I'm like, okay, I'm paying like $5 more for it, whatever.
Right.
It's not the biggest deal, but I'm not going to keep justifying that every year, like, yeah, we at some point I'm just going to have to be like, yeah, no, I'll fucking wait. Like, sorry, Derek. We're gonna wait until December to play that shit, or November when it goes on.
Goes on,
like, I'll wait 2 months.
That's fine.
I feel like that's what's gonna end up happening. Is that people would just wait till like those bigger sales when it does go on sale.
Yep, that's what I'm gonna end up doing. Just wait for the holiday sale, and I'll just be enjoying fucking hopefully Grand Theft Auto in that time.
And I'll have over 200 hours of gameplay in that Madden, and Todd's gonna jump in on the first day.
Oh my god!
And he's going to annihilate me right away. I'm going to lose my first game against him, guaranteed.
No, Derek knows how awful I am in the beginning of a new Madden. I got to figure out the mechanics and how the game is broken,
because it's so different.
It is every year. I don't know what it is, but like the first 10 games of Madden, I'm just like playing with all pinkies.
His moment with me was going and beating me like. Well, how long was it until I won my first game? Yeah, like fucking 16, 17 wins. It was crazy. That was his.
You're sounding like the sheriff of Nottingham.
What?
I said you're sounding like the sheriff of Nottingham.
Oh, he really beat the crap out of me.
He really beat the crap out of me and my men.
That's just so funny. I gotta watch that movie again. It's been so long.
Shout out Robin Hood Men Tights. Woo woo.
Always.
But yeah, that's it's a bummer, man. We'll see what happens. It's crazy though, just because like I like Microsoft being the company that really didn't need to pull the trigger on that, just because they're one of the most wealthiest companies in the world.
Well, I feel like they're trying to recoup after buying everything. They're like, oh, we need to get some money back. We spent too much.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically all I had for Vigia games.
Same. We didn't have a lot of talking points with that, but that's all right. I know there was more games.
I'm taking suggestions for the next single player game I should play. Derek.
Don't fucking talk to me, dude.
Whoa.
I just want it to be good.
Whoa.
Whoa.
It's good. But anyway, I know there was more games that were shown, so I didn't check them all out. I just checked out the Borderlands ones because that one stuck out to me for us to bring up. So I'll have to like go back and rewatch that little showcase that Sony put on to see if there was any other games worth talking about. So if we did miss any games that you were looking forward for us talking about, sorry about that. But we will get to it. I'll take a look at it. And maybe next week, if it's anything is really sticking out, we could talk about it.
Cool.
So moving on to Mondo Burger. Do you want to talk about it? Do you want to bring up the internet's craziest question?
Let's do it. That's what all
We already have.
about.
So I'm just gonna put this. Well, wait, should I have done?
Yeah,
It don't matter.
random's
It's
perfect.
fine.
Yeah. So we're just in random because obviously that we've talked about this off of stream, but the internet's been going crazy about the crazy question.
They've been going crazy about the question.
I had there was
100 men against one gorilla. Who wins? Just silverback gorilla, average guys in a fucking box. Just a box. No nothing, no trees or nothing. Just you and
no advantages. Just
skin on your back.
Yeah, just bare hands.
Bare hands.
or gorilla hands.
Or
I
gorilla
think bare hands still works for the gorilla.
It was a joke.
You were saying like bear, like
The animal.
rar.
Yeah, no, totally.
Yeah, it was
Right on.
corny. It was really dumb. Sorry.
No, it was great.
Sorry, I hurt you with my corny jokes.
So yeah, what say you, gentlemen? 100 men or one gorilla?
I'm team man. I'm team man.
I am
Steve. I'm joking.
no. So at the end of the day, no one knows really, but I do believe
Boring.
that the 100 men would win.
Yeah.
Because I personally think that the gorilla would get gassed out at some point. But that's the big question is, would it? Some people think it won't. Some people think it would. I think if it gets tired enough after it does kill a shitload of dudes, because a lot of guys are going to die, 100's a lot, man.
Yeah, I stand alone. That gorilla is dogging 100 men in a room. Absolutely dogging.
He's
I don't care. Sure, exhaustion's a thing. What are you gonna do? Jump on its back and choke it out? There's not a single human being in the world that is going to be able to choke it out. And then everyone's like, "Oh, gouge its eyes, gouge its eyes." Okay, what are you going to do to kill this gorilla? There is not a single punch in the entire world that is going to affect the gorilla. You take every 100 man punching that gorilla at the same time.
No.
There's no amount of damage that bare hands from a man can do to a gorilla that is going to kill it.
Okay.
If it gets tired, sure, take a little nap. They're going to be beating the shit out of you. You're going to be snoring. Wake up, beat the fuck out of them again.
Where are they? Your eyes are gouged out.
You don't think
Can't
at
see
some
'em.
point, like being hit in the same spot, if the guys are communicating, would weaken it at any point?
No.
What if-
You think that? So let's play this out. Boom, in a room right away, and it with. Say you drop the gorilla in the middle, because that's what you're gonna say. The gorilla's mental of, oh my god, there's so many people. I don't know what's going on. Say
I
that
take
happens.
that out of it, but
Say
okay.
that happens. There's only 5 to 9 people that are going to be able to be doing anything to the gorilla. Other than that, everyone's in the back waiting their time to get their licks in. So while that's happening, 5 people are in front of you just getting absolutely decimated. And now it's your turn. You're going to tell me, you're going to be like, all right, guys, let's do it. We're pumped up. We just watched 5 to 10 people get decimated in front of us.
It's them.
I'm good.
It's you or not. It's the end of the world. You're there. There's nothing else. You're stuck in a box. There's no other way out.
It's going to be a faster death for you.
The way out is killing the gorilla. And
There is no killing it though.
there is. You gouge the eyes. You can continue into that orifice. There's a mouth. You can stuff things in that mouth.
What
What are you stuffing in that mouth?
You're
Your
not
fist?
having- you
Dead
don't
bodies. There's Steve's arm over there. Grab it. Take off your shirt. Go through his butt.
I love
You
the
know,
way you're thinking.
that will be the only way you can actually hurt the thing is if he mangles someone's arm enough to where you can use
A
its
sword.
bone as a stabber to start puncturing it. That's the only way you're gonna be able to do
You
any
would think
sort of
as a
damage.
human you
And
could think to do that.
even then, I don't know if you're gonna have enough force to be able to pierce a gorilla's skin like that.
You don't need to. There's other things
If
to
it's
pierce.
sharp enough, yeah, you can.
Yeah. Yes. That's. How do you think hunting?
I mean, I really think you're starting to think the gorilla like just
Dragon scale.
I think that he
Hey.
can be penetrated
Is
with
It
a
can't
knife.
penetrate. That's why I said use a bone. You're gonna have to use a really sharp bone, but
all right.
that has to be the absolute perfect situation.
There's other things to grab and twist. Grab it and twist it. Twist it.
I mean, it's
You gotta-
really hard
you gotta-
getting
you
down
gotta
there.
And at what point does the dick twisting kill it, Adam? How much dick twisting do
Listen,
you need to do to
listen.
kill the gorilla in front
All right.
of you?
All right. All right.
Please,
I'm just letting you know there's all these things you could be doing to it. Do you not think a man can snap that finger, break its fingers?
No, absolutely not. You think
It's
a man
gassed.
can
It is
pry
so
open?
gassed, and all you get a bunch of them. You hold this one, I hold this one. Snap. Next one. Snap. We didn't ignore you. I had a good laugh from that.
Yeah, no, it's your.
Comments. There's somebody in there saying you can,
I understand
beat off
your
100
love
men.
for the average man, but
dude.
it's not happening.
Todd.
It's not happening. That gorilla.
It takes
lives
one man to
in
turn around
the
and go-
shits every single day. Every single day, this is what the gorilla does. It defends its fucking honor and its family by being the biggest, baddest thing in the fucking clutch.
It's
And
not
you're going
fighting 100 beings every day.
Listen.
How do you know? What?
It just takes one man while there's like 5 guys getting slaughtered. It takes one to turn around and go, are their lives meaningless? They are not.
Everyone died in that scene.
No, not everyone. Not everyone.
Like
Man
99.9% of the people
But
died
the
in that
man
scene.
prevailed.
And then you know what? There's that picture of Caesar hugging him and being like, go ahead and tell your friends about this. Tapping him on the ass on the way out the door. Like, yeah, go ahead. Let him send another 100 in.
Hey, now that's the other question I want to have, because I know there's a lot of people out here who are not gonna change their mind. Clearly, Todd's not gonna change his mind from the
Fuck
gorilla.
no.
How many men do you think it would take to kill a gorilla? Or is it just they can take on an infinite amount of men and be good? Is there a number? I just want to see where your head's at with that.
With me?
Yeah. He goes 101. I'm like, yeah.
Like just in a box again, same thing.
Scenario. How many men would it take to kill a gorilla? That's what I want to know. I still think the 100 men is doable and they'd win. But if you don't, then how many men would it take to kill a gorilla?
I feel like you would have to double it.
So 200? Todd.
Doesn't feel like enough.
No way. You're crazy.
Okay, Todd,
You're trolling.
What are 500 people gonna do differently that's gonna kill it?
Exactly what Adam said. Exhaustion.
So exhaustion. So you're saying the exhaustion that again? That's what the whole.
Yeah, exhaustion is going to be a factor.
You think
at
that
some
he
point,
won't get
but
exhausted
100
after
people
100?
is not going to be enough to exhaust him.
I really feel like
I don't think he has to exert nearly enough energy
He's not
on.
smart. he won't think to do that.
Yes, I get that. I get that. But humans in this situation aren't smart either. So they're going to be like, yeah, he's beating the shit out of Johnny's dead body. Let's jump on his back now, Jim. And those two guys are dead, mangled, and now his attention isn't on the dead people. It's on all the alive people.
Oh, it's on those two other dead people. He's still beating the crap out of those corpses. He's not going to know when a corpse is fully, or when somebody's fully dead. He's just going to be like, I'm going to keep on pounding. And then you're like, okay, well,
I'll say 200.
Energy.
We'll double it. We'll double it.
All right.
And he'll probably get tuckered out around like the $150 mark.
$150 is crazy. Okay, all right. I just wanted to see where your head's at.
The ones to take him down.
That's a good question for everyone who's Team Gorilla. Team Gorilla out there. How many men would it take?
Humans are capable of running like a marathon.
Okay, real quick.
That's like for an average human, 6 hours, 6.5 hours, give or take, of just cardio, just running, just doing that.
Where are we going with this?
That is a person who is trained every day for however long doing that, taking time out of their day to do this. When a gorilla lives that life every fucking day, like a gorilla is just an automatic from the start a fit being. So I don't think 5 hours of beating the shit out of a regular 5'10" human being is going to be enough to tucker it out.
A gorilla, that's not the way he lives his life, though. He might get into one tussle here and there with something else, but he's not going to be in a tussle worth 100 men on average.
No, but those on average men aren't ever getting into that tussle with a gorilla.
That's why there's 100 of them.
100 of them are losing. No. Yeah, I'm steady in that stance.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
With the 200 people, the last 50 out of the 200, what is it that they do that is the killing blow? Like, how does it die?
Oh, like I said, it's got to be broken bones and stuff around. Like, you have to do something to kill it that way.
Okay, so well, if you're using broken bones and shit, there's no fucking way. They'll die a lot sooner than that.
Do you think a human can bite into the skin of a gorilla?
If they can use a bone and stab it, that thing will be dead before it hits the 100 mark. For sure.
Think about people biting it too. That's ripping open wounds as it's exhausted.
I don't know. And now that I'm saying it, I don't know if like a regular bite can just go through a gorilla like that.
Humans got a pretty good bite, but I don't. But that is true. I don't know if it could. That is a good question. I guess that's a really good question for this. But an
open wound, sure, yeah, you could probably like rip at you.
I mean, I feel fairly certain that the human would be able to start ripping from the eyelids. Just work its way down, just peeling that face off.
Yeah, no,
you have to have that's part of it because as soon as he feels that pain, that person's gonna die. So then everyone's
maybe if he's that exhausted, maybe he's like.
That's what it all comes down to is when do we all think it gets exhausted,
completely gassed out, right?
Yeah,
because it'll get like tired. I think it'll get tired, and people will think that's the time to jump it. It'll kill a lot more of those, and then it'll be to the point where he is completely gassed, where he's got literally nothing in the tank,
and that will be that a lot more is going to be that extra 50. Then after that, you know what I'm saying?
He's crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
He's gassed. 100 of them are dead.
This
is where
throw 50 more at him.
I feel very, very comfortable.
Shit, he's still got it in him.
I feel very comfortable. It's around the 60 mark is when he's completely gassed out. I think like 40 men in, he's getting that tired where people are like, I'm going to jump now. Then he claims another 20. And then
I also think you're
gassed.
You're discrediting how smart the gorilla is.
No, he's not.
I think once he realizes he's 10, 15 in and they're still doing it, and like you said, he's beating the shit out of Johnny, he's going to be like, boom, one good schmack. And he's like, oh, that was effective. Let me hit him with the Donkey Kong and start fucking.
No way.
Come on, man.
The steam's coming up.
You start
None of that
slapping the
happens.
ground.
Oh man.
Now, if
Could
it was
you
Donkey
imagine?
Kong, is done. He's
It's an
taking-
infinite amount. He's
yeah.
never getting
You're
tired.
never
Yeah.
touching him.
You just keep on spamming it.
He slaps the ground.
Oh man.
I've been
That's
seeing
good.
people. I've been seeing so many funny stuff about that. I saw somebody do an actual simulator on the computer with it.
Yeah.
It was so stupid. All the gorilla did was just fling people up. He still lost, but the way he was flinging them was hilarious.
How many did he lose into?
He lost, I think it was like 68 or something like that.
Dang, simulations are never wrong.
That's good stuff. So yeah, that's where we stand on the damn 100 men versus a gorilla. I say the gorilla wins. They say the damn 100 men win. I have
You're not
no
alone.
faith
You're
in the
definitely
human
not.
race.
You're not alone. I brought that up to Sean too. I was like, all right, Sean,
I
this is
stood
the craziest question of the
alone.
century, and he sided with the gorilla. He's like,
Yes!
I stood alone at work. Everyone else was Team Gorilla.
yeah.
They're
I've heard a
all
lot of Team Gorillas.
think I'm very
I've heard a lot of
stupid.
Team Humans too. So it is crazy how
I've seen a lot of both, honestly. I've seen
It's-
good arguments for both.
it's that
But
other
the-
question. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say one argument that I never personally thought of was that one that I brought up that I forgot. I think it was actually Taylor Lewan that said it, or maybe it was Will Compton on their podcast. But they were talking about it, and he was like, "Yeah, you've got just 7 or 8 guys that can go in there, and while everyone else is just waiting their turn, watching these people get mangled." And when I was like, damn, that's true. Like, even if it was like the Matrix and everyone jumps on this guy, it's like, what do we do at this point? You know, like we're just dogpiling him. So
You got to get feral.
that's all I have. About
It's like that other question that plagued the internet it wasn't like a long time ago, but it was like maybe several years ago. Was how many was it doors and wheels? Like how many doors are in the world versus wheels? And then it gets to technicalities of what's technically a door and what's technically a wheel. Is there more wheels in the world versus doors? And it got really crazy. Like it's not even worth
that's
bringing up because I've heard
unnecessary.
all the arguments. People were like, well, what about hinges on doors? They kind of act like wheels. And then you're like,
what? No.
I saw somebody go as far as saying ants, or they brought up how your body is like a door, your mouth is a door, your butt is a
What?
door. So they're like, think about all the ants in the
Okay.
world.
Yeah,
They
no,
have
we're done.
both.
I heard the one I heard was what's more are there more legs or more eyes?
I've heard that one too. Yeah.
And then everyone's like, we got to bring up insects, all the different
Centipedes,
fucking
yeah.
eyes and all the different legs and shit. And I was like,
Yeah.
these are dumb questions.
They get the people talking, but this one I think is the most entertaining one I've heard in a while.
Yeah.
And this one I have seen it's so funny. I didn't hear anything about it until Billy brought it up in the chat when we
Yeah,
started
same.
talking about
Yeah.
it. The next day, my
Well-
entire timeline was everybody talking about that.
I did see some people talk about it. I didn't think it was like a big question. I thought I just randomly saw it online like once, and then Billy was like, "No, this is the thing that's going on." So I was like, "Oh shit!" So I even with my take on humans, I love hearing everyone's theories on both sides. I still think what I think is right, but I love to hear how the thought process. It's awesome to hear people's thoughts process on it. Just go all out. This is what he's gonna do. This is what they're gonna do. This is the clash of how they think the approach would happen. I think Mr. Beast even jokingly said, "Let's make this video happen. I need 100 volunteers."
It's crazy.
It's crazy. I think the only way you make that happen is inmates or something, and that's still very, very horrible.
That's on the dark web for
That
sure.
is literally
There's some fucking like oil prince that's like, I know the answer to this question.
He's like, I actually saw this happen.
Oh man.
That's so fucking
So, anyways, Squid Games. Squid Game season 2 part 2. That's it's gonna happen. That's the next game.
It's in a zoo.
You're right. Oh god. Dude, I
no.
would not be surprised if this does show up in media just because of how big this question has been
Oh,
going
yeah.
around everyone. We're gonna see some movie or show do a take on it.
Yeah, it'll be like the American because what we have one of the Squid Games spin-offs is an American one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be in the
Ooh,
American.
you know who we
one.
need on this case? I don't know if
Harambe?
they're still doing. Absolutely. No. We need the most extreme. I don't know if they still do it. Was that on the History Channel? The most extreme, where they take animal versus animal and they go the bite force of this and how they think the battle would end up at the end. I used to religiously watch that show. They'd go like the X-ray and everything, talk about the bite force of this animal versus that animal, how they would fare, and they're like, they never did it like an even ground, no nothing. They'd be like, they'd try to rationalize. Well, if the crocodile swam its way out to sea, would it be able to hold against a great white shark and stuff like that? They'd have like break down the speed, the agility, the bite force, the everything. And I was like, we need that level.
Kind of like the Deadliest Warrior. Wasn't that the thing where they're like, would a samurai be?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We didn't. Like, this is how strong this sword is. Look at what it did to your human body.
He goes, it would kill.
It would kill.
That fucking show was awesome too. I think the History Channel has this. This would be the most.
Remember they made a video game for Deadliest Warrior?
Yeah,
they did. This would be like the most entertaining. The History Channel would ever have something like this. Is it? This is their project. They need to work on it.
That's why you get people to watch the History Channel.
Yeah, absolutely. You know how people show up for this? Like, all right, have a bunch of individuals just break it down how they think it would happen. We got some
simulation.
We got a psychiatrist would tell you what the kind of state of the men would be in, and they're like, well, we got a fucking what is it called? Veterinarian. We got a veterinarian therapist here who would tell you how the state of the gorilla's mind would be, or some shit. Oh my god, I would love to see it. I would watch that whole segment. I'd be like, yeah, pay-per-view. We're watching it live on stream. But yeah, no, that would be insane. I think that they're cooking. They don't even know it. They could be cooking.
They could
working on them already.
Cooking.
All right, but aside from that,
we can move on to the music.
Musica. All right. Oh, let me do the little segment. My bad.
Oh yeah, music. This is so.
About this week, so we can't wait to hear them.
What did you say?
Eric had some strong opinions about this week's choices. We can't wait to hear them.
I did. Yeah. I didn't. He's lying.
Did you want to start it off or no?
The first song we had recommended was by Adam. It is Guillotine by Haru Tokyo. Am I saying that right?
I think so.
Haru Tokyo.
Or Haru Tokyo.
Yeah.
It might be Haru or Haru. I don't know.
Haru Tokyo. Yeah. It was not what I was expecting at all.
A lot.
I
figured it was kind of like an oddball one for you guys, but I do enjoy that one.
No, yeah, it was good. And I was expecting
it was going to be
more anime theme. Yeah, with it being Tokyo in the name. I thought it was going to be another anime thing.
I 100% thought the same thing, and I was like, whoa, this is in English.
Yeah, it was a great song. I enjoyed it very much so.
I've listened to it many times this week.
Hell yeah.
It was kind of like Flowbotsy to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
I get that, yeah.
So like I have a playlist called Recommended, and it's just songs that we put in, and then I listen to it over the week at work and get it, acclimated with the song. And when we hit the next Thursday and add more, I take the old ones out, but I leave the ones that I really like in.
Oh, that's a really good idea. I should be doing that. Man, everybody share that earlier.
No, I'm sorry. So yeah, that's one that's staying for sure.
Nice. Hell yeah. Nice, I like that. Nice. I'm gonna do that too.
Yeah, I don't put my own songs in there. It's just the ones that y'all recommend. But Barbie Dreams by Nicki Minaj. Also staying on the list.
That song. At first I was like, but then she started going off and I was like, oh my God. I was like, damn, like this song, I'm happy it exists. I never knew she went at all those rappers like that. That was actually pretty crazy.
I mean, it's like a satire song. It was
right, but it's
like
still,
my favorite part in that song was when she was talking about Meek Mill, and she's like, "I used to pray for times like this."
Yeah,
That was
Yeah,
my
I
favorite
take
part.
offense. I take a little bit of offense. I'm like, damn.
No, she did. It's like you said, satire, but it's like the girl version of Biggie's song.
Yeah,
Just playing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
literally what she covered.
That's what she covered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The same beat and everything.
yeah. So it was fun. I liked it. I listened to it a while
I
ago.
like the ending where the beat changed and everything. That was tight.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
That was
nice.
when it was like, okay, this is Nicki Minaj. This is like, it was
Yeah,
a fresh
yeah.
beat and stuff like that. Like, yeah. You know, it was
I-
fun. I
I
figured
was
I
a
would
big-
keep
I
it
was
in
a big fan of it.
the women for you.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
And then
And the
Derek.
last one was Theory of Mine by Kublai Khan.
Kubla Khan.
Kubla Khan.
Kubla Khan.
Texas.
Is
Yeah,
it Texas?
I don't know. It just says it in the artist. I've only ever called them Kubla Khan or ever heard them referred to as Kubla Khan.
Kubla Khan TX.
And maybe you do have to say the TX. I have no idea. I don't listen to too much of them.
I was surprised that you said you were mad that you
Recommended this.
recommended this one because it was good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I didn't
did?
mind it either. It was
Yeah.
It was like I was more mad at how I picked it because like I forgot to have a song aside and I was just panicking and scrolling and I felt like I could have picked a better song because
Okay.
this isn't like my favorite song, but I do like it.
yeah. I was just kind of more
It's
indifferent,
not
but
your
I
favorite
wasn't
song
like
by
mad
them, or
about
it's
it.
just not your favorite song in general.
In general.
Yeah, I was more indifferent, but it was like it's still good. Like,
Yeah.
it was like yeah.
Right
But
on.
I wasn't mad about
Right
it at
on.
all. That was good. It was good. Look forward to the next batch of songs. You got anyone want to start that off?
Yeah, let me
Anybody
make
got a
sure
song
I have
they
it
know?
correctly.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have heard this one, so I have a backup if you have.
I have my song.
Go ahead.
Ready, Adam. Oh, it's
Oh, yeah.
called
I mean,
Feel Nothing by The Plot in You.
I haven't even heard that. Where'd you hear this song?
My chef had it on in the back, and I was like,
oh.
this shit bangs.
This shit bangs. Okay.
All right. I still got to figure out which one I want to recommend to y'all because I've just literally been.
Have you ever heard of The Plot in You?
I've never even heard of
Never.
Me neither.
that.
Literally the only song I know by them. Had it
Alright.
on while we were closing one night, and I was like, "Oh, this is good," and I listened to it like 4 times since then.
I'm excited to check it out.
Ooh.
Trying to pick between the two.
1 second.
Oh. You a busy man. What's up, chat? What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
Well, Derek, don't you want to go? I'm still looking.
Oh, you said 1 second. I thought you didn't know if
Oh,
you.
I was
Yeah,
just
I thought you were
listening to
telling
see if
him
I
to
should
pause.
recommend that one. My bad.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I'm just looking
Oh.
at my songs right now. My bad.
Oh, you're
Then
good.
yes, go ahead, Derek.
So let's go with A Work of Art by Ice Nine Kills.
Sorry, what was that? A work of art
A Work of Art, yeah.
by who?
Ice Nine Kills. 3 words,
The
all caps,
number 9 or no?
spelled out.
Okay, kills. Ice 9 kills.
Featuring Shavo.
Yeah, it's
Oops.
you don't gotta type all that, but yeah.
All right.
Found it on Apple Music.
Yeah. I am kind of new. I'm not kind of. I am new into listening to this band. A buddy of mine recommended them a little while ago, and I listened to a few of their songs, and then I kind of didn't do any more digging into them. They were fine songs, but then they
It's
came up
from
randomly.
The Terrifier.
No,
That's
so
art?
I mean, yeah, that's the image they use, and I think that's it is about him, yeah, but it's like it's not partnered with the movie at all. This is like their shtick. Their shtick is horror stuff.
Oh, so this isn't like from the soundtrack or anything?
No,
Oh, okay.
I don't think so anyway.
All right. Dope.
Yeah.
Adu. Still looking.
But you know, they're different. They do some different stuff. And I was like, oh, you know, this is pretty cool. I fuck with it. I'm excited to listen to more from them, but that was the most popular one that they have at the moment. So I was like, I'll just go with that one for now. And I do like it. I've listened to it quite a few times. So, boy, struggling.
I am, dude. Oh, this is perfect.
Right on.
All right. The song I will recommend is Idea by Taman.
Taman?
Mm-hmm.
How'd you come about your song?
It's K-pop.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
That's what's up.
That's a good
Love
one.
the K-pop. Do you, so that's not K-pop, but you've listened to that Electric Callboy song with
Baby Metal.
Baby Metal. Thank you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I was just listening to Elevator Operator today.
it's funny.
Up, down, down. So stupid. I love them.
Yeah. That's a fun band, man.
Yeah.
Baby Metal.
Well,
no, Electric Callboy.
Oh.
Electric.
They have a song featuring Baby Metal, or like are they featured on it? I don't know. They're like they co-sing the song.
Yeah, they were like at an event together, and they're like, Baby Metal wants to see you guys. They're like, what? Like, there's a video of them talking about. They're like, what? Us? Like, they didn't even think they know about us, but they're huge fans. They're like, they would love to do a song with you, and then they got to do that, and so they were stoked. So
that song is awesome.
Hell yeah, it is.
The girls like that song too.
Yeah, rat-a-tat-tat.
Yeah. You should listen to it, Todd. It's good.
I will have to. I have some Baby Metal in my library.
I don't have any, but that song, it's good stuff.
That one's in mine.
I think the only one I have is Headbanger.
Mm.
I don't know if you know that song or not. But
I don't know anything from them off their title.
I think I know that one.
I clicked a few songs on YouTube, and the girls were listening to them. They wanted to listen to more, so
they're like, "Ooh."
All right, yeah.
Yeah, it's Headbanger.
Yeah.
Sauce.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically all I have for this week, though, boys. I know we said it was going to be a shorter episode, and we still
that's not bad.
An hour and 15.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else you guys have?
If anybody went into watching this, we always take any recommendations of things you want us to watch or play or listen to for music. We do the musical segment, so definitely if you have just even one song, usually we just go off of one song. So if you just have one song, don't. I mean, if you ask us to listen to an album, we wouldn't probably be able to get through it in one sitting, but maybe, who knows? But just one song is usually all we ask.
Yeah.
And we'll come back the following week and let you know what we think about it, no matter when you watch this. If it's 10, 20 years from now. Like, I got you guys. That'd be crazy. Could you imagine? We got a comment from several years ago. Someone's recommending a song.
Got them. Listen to it.
Yeah.
Review it.
We would listen to it and review it the next time. Next week. Yep. But yeah, other than that, I think I'm tapped out for other things to talk about / do.
Cool. We can call it there. Hit us with the outro, Adam.
Bam.
Nice. All righty. Everybody, we love having you here. It was a great episode. Like I said, a little short and sweet, right to the point. Had some good talks about the 100 Men versus Gorilla. Team Gorilla over here. Let's go. And yeah, we'll catch you in the next one.
Guys, take it easy.
See ya.